In the name of Allah, most merciful, most compassionate, dear students, how are you? This is Hazm Rashwan, and here we are again with a new online lesson of Traveler 2, 4D, page 55 in the student book and page 46 on the workbook. First of all, I hope you are okay and doing very well. Our lesson for today, we have two pieces of grammar. The two pieces of grammar for today are the conditional sentence type 2 and the wishes, right? Let's start with the conditional sentence type 2. What we have here, I'd like you to go to page 76 for the grammar review or the grammar reference, right? So now go to page 76. You will find this on page 76 on the student book. What we have here is the conditional sentence type 2. We studied type 1, and now we study if or the type 2. First of all, what does if mean? If means either or low, right? And it has two parts. The if clause, the sentence or the conditional sentence we are talking about it has two parts. The first part is the if clause and the second part is the main clause. For the if clause, we have here if, and as I said, if means either or allow. The first part is the if clause, and we have in the first clause and the if clause we have if plus past simple. Past simple means verb 2, like if you say if I went, if I played, if I met, if I didn't go, if I were, and so on. In the second part, after the comma, we have the main clause. The main clause. The main clause we should have here would or could. Just one of them, not both, right? Would or could. Plus the base form. Base form means the infinitive, right? So you can say if I went a bit earlier, I would or I could meet Ibrahim, right? This is the sentence, or this is an example of the formula we have here. If I had enough money, I would buy a bigger flat. So note that in the if clause we have here, after if we have the subject I, then verb to had, right? Enough money, after the comma, this is the main clause, right? I would buy a bigger flat. So would is followed by the infinitive or the base form of verb 1. Another example, but not in this example, you started with the main clause and you finished with the if clause. But what's the difference? You only omitted or remove the comma. So if you started with the main clause, you only remove the comma. So you could get that job if you took my advice. Could plus the infinitive, then the if clause, if plus what? The verb 2 or the past simple. This is the type 2. This type we use it for unreal or imaginary situations which are unlikely to happen in the present or in the future. Note that in the example we have here, if I had enough money, I would buy a bigger flat. That means you don't have. That means you don't have money now, right? If you say you could get that job if you took my advice, that means he doesn't take the job or he isn't in the job now. We have a note here in the conditional sentence type 2, where is often used instead of was, if the clause, in the if clause. If Andy were older, he could take driving lessons. Instead of saying was, you said teacher. We have Andy here, and Andy is singular, so we have to use was. No, you can use were, and the most common is using were. The most common, I mean here, most people say if Andy were, if I were, if he were, if you were, if I, if they, if we were older, right? So you can use any pronoun here or any subject here followed by were. So if Andy were older, he could take driving lessons. This is the main clause, and we use could here or would plus the infinitive as we said, or the base form. So we can use were instead of was. It's often used. That means some people or most people use were instead of was here. We use if I were you. If I were you, we use it to express opinion or to give advice. So if I were you, I take it easy. So we have two uses of if, the second conditional or type 2. The first one is to give advice. If you use if I were you, so you can say if I were you, I would buy a new car. So we use if I were you to express an opinion or to give advice. The example here is if I were you, I take it easy. This is the first part of our grammatical rule for today. The next part is how to express wishes. Read the example we have here and answer the questions and complete the rule. This is the part we will talk about later. Let's go to page 76 to check the explanation of our rule. So go to page 76 now. We use wish. These are the two uses of wish. The first one, wish plus past simple, to make a wish about a present situation which we would like to be different. So when you say I wish I didn't have to take any more exams, that means you would like the present situation to be different. You would like you don't have or you don't take any more exams. So you wish, and wish means يتمنى, right? So to make a wish about a present situation which we would like to be different. I wish I didn't have. I wish I had a car, but I don't. I wish I met Ibrahim, but I don't. This is the meaning of I wish plus past simple. And as I said, past simple means verb to. So when I use wish plus verb to, that means I have a present situation and I'd like it to be different. The second use of wish here is when it is followed by could plus the base form. It expresses here regret, and regret means when you are sad about something you didn't get or you don't get in the past or in the present. So it's sadness, something makes you sad because you didn't get in the future, in the present or in the past. This is the meaning of regret, nadam, right? About something we can do at present here. Talking about present here, not the past. Not the example, I wish I could plus the base form or the infinitive. I wish I could help you. I wish I could meet you, but I can't. So I wish I could help you. I wish I could meet you. I wish I could play with you. This is the second use of wish. So wish, we use it plus the past simple to talk about present situation you'd like to be different, and the second use is to talk about regret about something you can't do at the present time. We have a small note here that we usually use where after all persons and wishes in the wishes. I wish this course were easier. The same like when I say if I were. The same here. I wish this course is singular. Despite that, we have were here. So you say I wish this course was. No, you say I wish this course were, not was. I wish I were. I wish they were. I wish you were. I wish he were. Right? So use all persons here with were. the same like if I were in the F type 2, the first part of our lesson. If I were you, if he were, if she were, if they were, if you were, and so on. Let's go back to our grammatical rule. Here we have to fill in some spaces. The first part is if, this is the if clause, right? If plus past simple, verb 2. Then after the comma, you have what? Good. Would or could plus the base form or the infinitive. This is the first part. And the second part, we have the wishes here. And for the wishes, we use wish plus what? Present or past simple? Past simple. That's good. To express a wish about a present situation. You'd like it to be different. We have a note here as well. The conditional sentence type 2, and after wish we usually use were for all persons, and we talked about this on page 76. So you can go to page 76 if you need more explanation of this part. Now to the questions we have. We have to complete the dialogue, this dialogue, with the correct form of the verbs in the brackets. We have here a conversation between Debbie and Allison. I have a history project. What should I do? So Allison answered, if I, you. So if you'd like to give someone advice, what would you say? If I was you, we have to get the past symbol of be here. If plus past symbol, you remember? You remember? So if I was or if I were? If I were, good. If I were you, you can use could or would, right? I would go down to the library. I did that, but I want some more information. I wish I have an internet connection. Then I'd be able to find lots of things to write about. So I wish plus what? Could or past simple. So what would we use here? Past simple, good. So I wish I had an internet connection. This is a situation you'd like it to be different. Here, doesn't Jane have an internet connection? No, unfortunately, she doesn't. If she what? So if plus what, as we studied, past simple. And what's the verb to or past symbol of have? It's have, has, or had. Had, good. So if she had one, what would you use here? You use would or could or any one of them. You can use any one of them according to the meaning. So you say I would be at her place, right? Allison, I wish I use the past or verb 2 of the model can, right? What's the second form of can? Use could. Very good. This is the part in the student book. Let's go to the workbook. We have in the workbook a small exercise. We will answer only this part on page 46. This part only. This part, I'd like you to complete the spaces here about yourself, so we don't have only one correct answer. You can answer or you can write what you want, but according to the grammatical rule we studied, right? The first one, if I were rich, what can you say in this part as the main clause here? If I were rich, I can say I could buy a car, I could buy a villa, I could travel around the world, I would travel to England or to any part of the world. I could travel to any place in the world. So you can use any answer. You can write any answer. So any answer is acceptable, but in one condition: to follow the grammatical rule we studied. To write could or would plus the infinitive or the base form. I would buy an island. That's good. I wish I had. I wish I had what? You can use anything here because wish plus past simple. So you just complete the sentence. I wish I had a villa. I wish I had a car. I wish I had a lot of friends. I wish I had long hair. That's good. If I had a lot of free time, what would you use here? Could, would, or would plus what? The infinitive. So I could or I would study a lot of books. I could travel. I could buy many books and read them. So the answer here, I would travel all around the world. So you can write any answer. Any answer is acceptable. I wish I didn't. So note that in this form, wish, use after wish the past simple, and that means a present situation you'd like it to be different. A present situation you'd like it to be different. So you say, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't have less money or little money on mine. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't have to go to work every day. I wish I didn't have to go to school every day. And now you are okay on a long vacation. So I wish I didn't have to wake up at 7 every day. If I had a boat, I would sail. I could sail. I would fish in the river or in the sea. You can write any answer. I would live on it. That's a weird answer. If I lived on a desert island means an island without any people in it, right? Without anyone or anything in it. So you are alone. If I lived on a desert island, I would be happy. I would be sad. I would feel lonely. That's okay. So you can write any answer. This is the exercise we have. This is our lesson for today. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and see you. Goodbye.